Okay, on this edition of Quarantine Math, I hope you can see this. I'm trying to find good lighting in my house. We're going to be looking at the cube method. The cube method is our method of solving word problems. So let me just get that set up for you on my board. If you can see it, I hope. So cube, C-U-B-E. Cube. If you remember from school, in our classroom, cube is where you circle the numbers. You underline the question. You box math terms. You box them in. And then you explain what you're going to do before you solve it so it makes sense. So cube, circle the numbers, underline the question, B, box in the math terms, and E, explain. So I'm not sure if you can read my problem up there, but it says, I swept the house for 14 minutes. Then I dusted for 15 minutes. The next day I vacuumed for 13 minutes. How long did I work in all? So that's my problem, and I'm going to start my cube method with the C, which is circling the numbers. So I'm going to go back and look. I said swept the house for 14 minutes. Then I dusted and vacuumed. I dusted for 15 minutes. The next day I vacuumed for 13 minutes. Okay. How long did I work in all? So C, I've circled my numbers. U, I'm going to underline the question. The question I want to know is how long did I work in all? So there's my question. That's what I'm solving. B, I'm going to box in the math terms. I'm going to have to go back and look. I see in all. In all tells me what my operation is. In all tells me I need to add. I want a total. I'm going to be doing addition. So I'm going to explain what I'm going to do. I need to add the 14 minutes and the 15 minutes to know the amount of time that they swept and dusted, and then add that in with the amount of time that they vacuumed. So let's do that. So 14 plus 15. Now when I line up my numbers, I make sure I've got my 1s in the same place value, my 10s in the same place value, so that when I go to add it, it makes sense. Start here in the 1s place. 4 plus 5. Well, remember, if you can't remember, you can always make those tick marks to help you. 4 plus 5 equals 9. It goes below the 1s. There's nothing to carry to the 10s place. That 9 fits perfectly. 1 plus 1 is 2. Not done yet, though, because I want to know how long did he work in all. I've used my 14 minutes, I've used my 15 minutes, but now I need to know how much he worked when he vacuumed. So I'm going to take that 29 from here and add 13. Now I'm being very careful to line up my place value. The 3 goes in the 1's place. The 1 goes in the 10's place. And now I can add that. I'm going to make my tick marks again. Use them if you need them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 3 is 12. Can't fit 12 down here. I'm going to put the 2 from the 1's place and carry over 10. I'm going to show you that. You guys probably remember doing this from class where we'd circle 10 of them and move it over. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So, how long did he work in all? 42, let's look for our unit, minutes. We've got to label our units because he could have worked for 42 hours, 42 days, 42 weeks, 42 years. What makes sense? We need that unit, 42 minutes. And then I always like to circle my answer. I'm going to go back and make sure I did all of it. I circled my numbers. I underlined the question. I boxed in the math term. I explained what I did. I showed my work. My answer makes sense. Okay. Let's look at one more. We're going to be looking at multiple step problems this week using our cube method. There'll be a couple more coming out tomorrow. So let's look at this question. It says, we had 18 red bows and 14 green bows in a box. We used 24 bows for our presents. How many bows are left in the box? So I'm going to start by using my cube method. Let's take a look at the steps again. First, we circle the numbers. So let's take a look. I have 18 red bows. I have 14 green bows. And we used 24 bows. All of my numbers seem to be accounted for. I'm going to go to the next step. You underline the question. This is what I'm answering. How many bows are left in the box? Okay. Let's find some math terms. B, let's box them in, find out what we're solving for. Okay. Left is a term that tells me I'm going to use subtraction. And is a term that tells me I need to add. When I see the word and, it's two things I'm putting together. So in this problem to solve it, I'm going to have to use addition and subtraction. So let's take a look at what we have to do. Let's explain it. E. I have to add my 18 red bows and my 14 green bows together because I need to know what I'm starting with. Then I'm going to take away the 24 bows we used to find out how many bows are left. So let's set that up, remembering my place value to line up my numbers. 18 plus 14. The 8 and the 4 are in the ones place, my ones are in the tens place, and tells me I add those together. 8 plus 4, I'm going to put my tick marks because they're going to help if I want to draw a regrouping picture to see how my tens move. 8 plus 4 is 12. So I'm going to circle 10 of them just to show my movement. That 1 10 comes up there. I have 2 ones left. 2. 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3. So I'm starting with 32 bows. Is that how many are left in the box? No, because I still have this number, there's 24 left that I need to use, and it's telling me that I used that many bows on our presents. So I'm going to take my 32 and I'm going to subtract the 24 we used. Okay, I'm going to have to think back to my subtracting video from a couple weeks ago to take away 4 because I always start in the ones place. 2 take away 4. I can't take 4 from only having 2, so I'm going to have to regroup. This 3, I'm going to take out 10 ones, and that becomes a 2. Those 10 ones plus the 2 ones that I have give me 12. Now I can do my subtraction. 12 take away 4. You need to make your tick marks. Take away 4. I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to check and see if I need to subtract it in my tens place. 2 take away 2 gives me a 0. So I have 8. 8 what? 8 bows. And I'm going to circle that because I'm done. 8 bows are left, and I'm going to double check. I circled my numbers. I've used them all. I underlined my question. I boxed in the math terms. I explained it. I added together to find out my total number of bows. I subtracted what I used to find out how much was left. Please check out Google Classroom so you can use some of these today in some math work.